And hello everyone, we are back once again with another art stream in the morning. Yay! In this case, I'm going to do this stuff on Saturday rather than Sunday, since this Sunday is Easter week. There's Easter Sunday, and I figure people might be busy and stuff, and I'm going to be a little busy myself. And yeah, so we're doing it now. Oop. As I try and set up the layers I probably should have already set up. That's okay. And today, we are specifically working on more Eldritchrune ending stuff, because I've been doing a lot of that lately. I'm going to try and finish off the character cleans for part 3, and then if we have a little time, we will also do some for part 4. Since I just finished the roughs for part 4 yesterday. Hello, thank you for coming to the stream. I hope your Saturday is going well so far. Elfie's decided she wants to be on her hammock today. Hello, thank you for coming. Hope you're doing well so far. And after this, I need to go catch some Pokemons and stuff like that. I think there's a Pokemon Go event again. Often is on the weekends. But thank you for joining me as I try and finish off the rest of these cleans for this particular part. And hopefully my rest will do okay. Northern California. Even north of Northern California. I know, stuff coming out. Oh my goodness. The days are counting down to more Eldritchrune. Soon. Oh, I accidentally did that one. I didn't mean to. Feels so close and yet so far away. That's alright if it's a day late. Art is fun. Sometimes it's not your job, then it doesn't matter if it's on time or not. You can do it when you want. If it's your job to get done on time, then it's a problem. Which is why I gotta do my own job stuff as well. But I'm doing pretty well with job stuff currently, so I'm not worried about that. Even with my wrist being very stupid lately. So I gotta make sure I take care of my wrist. All my stretches and stuff. Try and not push it too hard. But the rest of today I probably won't be able to do that much drawing, so it'll be okay. Well, I was wandering off somewhere. That is a lot to be drawn. Because I know I'll definitely be doing some art and stuff, of course, as soon as new chapters are out. And I have played them at least a couple times and talked about them and stuff like that. It'll all be good. You get Cyber's World twice in a row. Just realized these were all on the wrong layer. I'm gonna have to relabel them. Oh well. Always keep doing that. Every time. If you have fun, then it's worthwhile. That's the point of doing art, especially fan art. Should be for fun. Because artwork and fun work don't usually overlap, so it's nice when you can do fun work. Undyne's trying to be heroic and there's a big monster stomping around. Yeah, this is why I'm like, I have to do at least something with Undyne before this scene. So that we've established a bit more about her. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Maybe not. Ugh. Hate that feeling. It's like, are you gonna sneeze? I don't know. It's a mystery. No, I guess not. Yep. It's like, what? Nope. Oh. Also, gonna drink my water. It's like, please make up your mind, sinuses or nose, whatever it is. Hello, thank you for coming to the stream. I hope that you're doing well. We are working away today on more ending stuff. Again, I think I should be able to finish Part 3's character cleans today, which, yay, progress. I think, oh, I'm making so much progress. I'm on Part 3 character cleans. I'm like, there's 20 parts left to go. Oh no. Well, we can only do one page at a time. As with all things. But yes, I hope you are doing well. Undyne is not necessarily doing well. But she's trying her best. Oh, this is on 15. It's only on 10. Sheesh. Oh, cute. I'm glad you're having fun in Minecraft, which I have never played and likely never will, but that's fun that you can do, like, skins and all that stuff for it. More Susies are necessary. Well, hang on just a second. Then we're only 3 panels in. Give it just a minute. Just a little longer. She just now noticed and she's going, oh crap. It's like, wait a minute. Oh yeah, I know that meme. That's an old meme. That's from World of Warcraft. Leroy Jenkins. Old school meme. Charging in when you're not really supposed to and you're not prepared. Gosh, old meme. I think Noelle's going to have to break her antlers here in a bit, and I'm going to have to remember how they're broken. And I'm going to forget. And that's going to suck. I have not played WoW at all. Also, specifically, they shouted the line right before running into, like, a raid boss that they were not equipped to deal with themselves. People were, like, trying to do that. They are eternal. They'll grow back. They're made of ice, but that doesn't mean they can't get broken. They don't grow back immediately. I'm actually not certain how long it takes for them to grow back. Probably like a day or two. Not that long, but not immediately. But again, my problem is usually I forget, like, how the antlers might have changed. Oh, thank you. It's way too much work to draw her antlers this way, this silly snowflake style. But I'm glad you like them. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I had to do that weird little guide thing because I am like, these antlers are too complicated for me to remember how to draw. I'm gonna have to trace them. Antlers in general. These ones especially. Wee for close-ups. Hello, hello. Thank you for coming to the stream. Hope you're doing well. We're focusing on Undying briefly for this. Oh, gotta clean. That's always important. Man, before Eldritchrune comes out, I'm gonna need to do like a laundry and clean thing. Make sure all my house is prepped. Yeah, Canon Noelle at least is a lot easier, but Eldritchrune Noelle is significantly more of a challenge. At least Canon Noelle is just like 3 little prongs sticking up and they're very rounded. This one is like big, complicated snowflake sort of thing going on. I was like, just wait, because, yeah, she's going to try and go, you know, Leroy Jenkins. You're like, yeah, I can take it. I'm fine. That would be cool. I'm always very excited when there's fan art. I'm like, yay! Try drawing these ridiculously hard guys. My own dang fault they're ridiculously hard, but what can you do? Come on. A lot harder to do that kind of a straight line thing with Photoshop. Much easier with Storyboard Pro. Well, I do wish Storyboard Pro could do like curved lines a little easier. Well, then that'd be perfect. And by curved lines, I mean like perfect circles or whatever, if you need like a perfect circle. Yes, yes. That goes down there. Yeah. Two extremely different Susies. But that makes it fun. So many ways of doing a Suze. You must have every Susie. Especially the cool ones, which is all of them. Okay. Like, I can do it. She charge. If you're Susie and I'm Susie and she's Susie, then how many Susies are there? More than you'll ever know. And it had that strap. Does she not have... Okay, I gotta make it consistent. If she's not wearing the strap, then she's not wearing the strap. I gotta make sure of that. Consistency. It's harder than you would think on these kind of things. Costume design, often difficult. Not my strong suit anyway. I feel like there's people that are much better with costumes. That is a lot to go through. Oof. A lot of stuff. She charge. It'll get hot soon enough, I imagine. It's already starting to get a little warm here. And it's only April. The sun is a deadly laser. Not anymore, there's a blanket. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm not sure how hot it's going to be here in the summer. I just don't want that heat dome like we had that one year. That was not good at all. It was way too hot. It was dangerously hot. Most people here do not have air conditioning, so some of you gotta like go to cooling centers sometimes, especially if you're like elderly and a lot more susceptible to that. Not great. She charge. Oh, I was yeah, I was just waking up and I was like, wait, what announced, what, ah, I gotta see. I was excited and also like, what? Because I was actually not expecting it to get an announcement at like the Switch 2 thing. I'm like, okay, it's not gonna happen for that. Well, we'll just have to keep waiting. And it's like, wait, chapter 3 and 4 real? That was a good time. Yeah, Hugo, holy fuck. Like my little D&D thing keeps going on. That was the reaction, yes. And just general lots and lots of freakouts, because there was also like trailer and all the other stuff that came out. Ridiculous. So that was a really good time. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the old D&D stuff. Alright, this one's done. That's not what I wanted. Please reopen. Reopen, please. I think I hit the wrong hotkey there. Yeah, I know. I was just not expecting it during that direct, so I'm like, okay, I don't think I'll get up early for this one. We missed it with the last one. I should have gotten up early. Not planning to get a Switch 2 anytime soon, but definitely get it for the other things. Yeah, finally a release date. I know, and Silk Song, good grief. Both at once. Exactly. Just, I know, 5 seconds of Silk Song, not much, but it's something, it's something. Gotta take what you can get. Suppose I should play Hollow Knight at some point. Yep. He's like, come back here, I'm gonna get you. I always wonder who it was that was in the annoying dog costume. Like, is that you, Toby, or is that somebody else? I don't know. It's funny. Probably. Got a decently long trailer, though, honestly, like, for as much trailer as there was that didn't reveal that much, I don't think. Like, we really didn't see that much from chapters 3 and 4 overall. It's still kept pretty secret. Yeah, dog costume. I was like, what? I know that annoying dog. Nice, nice. I gotta make sure my files are all ready. I think I should copy paste the last save file I did, so that do it in my first playthrough. Then I'm sure I'm gonna miss stuff, so I have to go back and do another one. She leap into the air. Yeah, I'm like, should I record my reaction for trailer? But I was not expecting trailer for that, so sadly could not get my initial woo reaction. Hey, appropriate music. Yeah, exactly. I want to be surprised. I want the full experience. So I'm going to record my initial reactions, my blind reactions, so that, you know, you can see me react to something crazy if it happens. But I'm not going to stream until I've probably played it a couple times already. And I'll do so with my friends. I know, my Caddy and Beretti t-shirt is unfortunately starting to wear down. And I'm like, no. Guess I'll have to get another one. I got a number of Undertale Deltarune t-shirts. They make good ones. I have already taken off. Like, I've asked for my vacation days already for Deltarune. Like, I need to have a vacation these 2 specific days. So I can fully throw myself in. And then I'll also clean the place before then so that I'm all ready with that. I'm gonna be ready. Seated and ready. She leaps. That's a whole lot of stuff going on. Good grief. That's a crazy busy time. Right now, I'm just focusing on that for that weekend. So that'll be my main deal. Gonna get through both chapters if I can on Thursday, and then might do some kind of replay later after that. Okay. Wait, it's like, what's going on here? She does Dragoon jump. Though also, I imagine a anime con or a furry con right after new Deltarune chapters is going to be wild as well. There'll be lots to talk about. Oh, cool. What are the odds? That's crazy. Alright, we'll do this one. Then I'll do my stretch break. Make sure we're on the correct one. Once again. Incorrect layers. Strike once more. Every time. I hit the wrong hotkeys again. Why? Why this? Yeah, Deltarune is definitely what is taking all of my attention for at least Thursday and Friday. And I'll probably be doing art and stuff for it as well after that, so. Busy. curious to see if anything that I predicted comes true. It'll probably be debunked. But it'd be cool if it was not. We will find out. And find out what happens to the kids. Hopefully nothing terrible. Probably something terrible, but manageable maybe. Okay. I was like, huh? Something? Somebody? Right, after this, gonna do a stretch break real quick because I need to take care of my wrist. I did it again! Why do I keep doing this? Ugh, these layers, I swear. Oh well, at least this is easy to change. Come on. Come on. Stop that. Now correct layer. An all-dayer. Makes sense. Wait, I wonder what time it is my time, too. I'm on the West Coast, so I hope I don't have to wait until like 3 p.m. or something for it. Yeah, that's a heck of a thing to sleep on, for sure. I'm just hoping it's out in the morning of Thursday, so that by the time I get up, I can just go and play. Spend the whole day on it, because I'm sure that it's going to be several hours per chapter. Hopefully get chapter 3 done in the morning and then 4 in the afternoon if I'm lucky. Yes, exactly. Yeah, no, I literally put aside vacation days. I'm like, goodbye, work. But luckily, I also am it's not at a bad part in my work schedule. I was really worried it was going to be like a difficult part, but it's not. It's in a good part for my schedule, so I'm happy about that. Yeah, finding Jevil is, when I replayed it on stream, that was definitely where I struggled. That was the struggle bus part. Which is weird, because I have, beaten Jevil on, first try in the past. But not this time. I was out of practice. And Spamton went much easier. I think I'm going to use, okay, should I use controller or keyboard? I think I'm going to go with controller because I think it's a little bit easier. Yeah, and there's time. We still got, 40 some odd days. That is plenty of time to replay the chapters and also Undertale Yellow and all the Pokemon stuff, so you're good. You got time. Might as well fill all that up. Even though it won't carry over. Yeah, I do want to make sure my stuff carries over. I want to, I got the eggs, and I think I only missed one thing that's not a super big deal. And I'm so sad that I went to the trouble of getting all of the teas, and it's the teas are going to turn to rotten teas, and it's oh, okay, darn. Oh. Maybe they'll turn to kombucha in the future. Character kombucha. I don't think that's how tea works, though. It's like, you give us this cool mechanic, it's gone. I can see why they wouldn't keep it, though. Probably a couple reasons for that. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Wrist is a little bled today, which is annoying. I was doing okay yesterday. I'm like, today should be good. Just a mystery. Yeah, good grief. How long did it take me to do Juggle the last time I replayed? I feel like it was maybe an hour and a half or so. It feels like a long time. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't that much, but it felt long. It felt long to me. I'm hoping, like yeah, you want the secret bosses to be a challenge, but please let them be a manageable challenge. I am not the most skilled of game players. A rewarding challenge. Although I'm probably the first time I play through the chapters, I'm not even going to find the secret bosses because I didn't do that last time. I had to have somebody point out to me where to find them. I'll do my best to be exploratory, but I don't necessarily trust that I will find all the secret stuff that I am supposed to find. Definitely, I'm pretty sure I'm going to miss eggs and stuff like that. Also, just a tough thing, I'm like, what if there's like really important text options and you can only pick one? So I'm like, what does the other one say? I don't know. I imagine it will release like separately from other storefronts. Yeah, Lingering Will was ridiculous. Good grief. All right, be right back for one more stretch and other stuff. Baby Boo, what you do? You sitting up on your hammock. Alrighty, I return. Yeah. Oh yeah, they're definitely going to be the most difficult thing in the game, I think. Aside from Murder Teacup. What? I do still wonder if we're going to be tackling the secret chapter 3 secret boss differently. If we're supposed to have Shadow Mantle or all that, or heck, how does Sham know about any potential secret bosses? What is he? What do they know? Sham, What secrets are you hiding? Well, I don't think we're going to be getting the teacup mechanic again. Just that particular, like, oof, that really difficult mechanic right there at that spot. And that was the hard one. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah, during a replay of Chapter 2. I do wonder what new game mechanic we're gonna get where it's like, oh no, this game mechanic is like difficult. We should at least be getting a lot of those in Chapter 3. I'm not putting the strap on around her, so we're gonna ignore that. One brief cheeky reappearance. You must refight all the bosses. Your most difficult foes from last Dark Worlds. And I'm like, oh no, what are they? One of them's again, I put this on the wrong layer. I don't know what are. One of them is not Spamton, but the teacup. Because of course. Like, I'm pretty sure they, like, moved the respawn point to, like, just before the teacup because people were having so much trouble getting past it. The murder teacup. Boss rush, boss rush, boss rush. I love that boss rush. I don't think we're going to be doing anything like a boss rush, but it's fun to joke about. This is her Leroy Jenkins. Dragoon jump! I'm so brave! In the face of terrible monsters! This will surely not backfire for her! Yep. Dragoon leap! What is that? Anything else with this? Yeah. Unfortunately for her, not gonna work out. Probably not. As cool as that would be. Whoop. Eldritchrune Noel really did say ACAB. Just noped right out. Oh yeah, I like Freya. Freya's really good. I played 9 a long time ago, but I really enjoyed it. I really like the music from 9. Good vibes. Well, I have a theory that the first Final Fantasy you play is likely your favorite because I have a real soft spot for 10, and that's the first one I played all the way through. Actually, I've not played that many all the way through. I've played 9, 10, 12, 13. Well, some Dissidias. And I like Theater Rhythm. I almost finished Crisis Core, but not quite. I would like to try 6 and 7 sometime. Crisis Core was good, but yeah, for some reason I could not get past the final area, so I just stopped. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll stop here. Which I don't know. Now Zack is alive forever, yay. And then I key cursor. Pretty much. It's like, no, you stop. Be gone. Sometimes like, I'm gonna be heroic, save the day! Immediately kicked away. This is something that would definitely never happen in canon. I guess we'll see what Undyne will be doing in the next chapters. I'm still not entirely convinced that she's going to be in the Dark World, but we'll see. That is true. She does have a bigger target in mind. She has bigger fish to fry. She's pretty much like, not now. I'm busy. Insert Smash Brothers home run noise here. Ching! Yeah, Smash Bros. That's another game I should play. I haven't played in a long time. Nice, nice. If there is any kind of like a Smash Brothers reference in Chapter 3, though, I can be like, slightly predicted that. All the way back in Paper Trail. The secret boss is Yoshi. Shouldn't have dropped him into the pit. Yeah, it's gotta be something. Feels like it. We've got all these little hints of it. About the game controllers. Egg stuff. This is the TV where they supposedly used to play games, even if the console's not plugged in. I feel like Chris should have gotten the console out if they were intending for Susie to stay over, because, like, then they can play video games. Huh, wrestling show. Interesting. Now that it's mentioned, though, I do want 3D Toriel to make some kind of appearance. Because he did make the joke that, oh, that's canon, the 3D Toriel. And we already know that Jockington grows the beard, also canon. Dog in the car, kind of canon. 3D Toriel for our nightmares. My child, you are breaking my heart. 3D Toriel horror game win. True. Five Nights at Hometown. Just 3D Toriel pops out at you. Jump scare. Can you survive 5 nights with 3D Toriel? 5 Nights at Hometown. She doesn't do anything. She just, like, jump scares you with my child, and then the screen goes dark. I'm surprised Freeman hasn't already made that yet. Come on, get on that. 3D Toriel. Okay. Final page. For part 3, anyway. My child pies you. So you want pie, my child? Well, here. Have all the pie you could want. My child, you cannot. I'm afraid I cannot help me now. I have entered the 3rd dimension. 3D modeling. And who knows? Who knows what we'll get? Weird things, apparently. Weird things. Horror Tale is not that. It'd be like saying this is like that, because it's definitely not. Rest, come on. Be kind to me, Rest. Why have you been so bad lately? I don't really want to have to go back to physiotherapy again, but maybe I should make an appointment. It's so expensive. And Noelle's like, and onward I go, bye-bye. It's not Underfell either, no. It is not either of those. Please be kind to me. I'm trying my best to take care of you. I'm trying. Yeah, Underfell's... I wouldn't even say Underfell's really a horror series. More dark, edgy kind of stuff. I don't think it... don't know if I would count it as horror. I guess you could, but I don't know. I wouldn't. Seems different. No, I'm not thinking of that at all. I'm thinking of 3D Toriel jump scaring you. That's not at all like Underfell. It's funny because she's just 3D Toriel. Like, Five Nights at Freddy's really has no relation at all to Horror Tale or any of the other scary Undertale AUs out there. Something, but she is definitely not 3D Toriel. No, it's definitely different. Not bad, just different. Oh, well, you can make any of them 3D. That's not really the same. Do you know what we're talking about when we say 3D Toriel? Because that exists. It is something specific. No, I think it should just be Toriel. Toriel's the only one in 3D. Just her. No explanation. Yeah, it's in its own category, like Prunzel. Okay, if you watch some of the trailers for Undertale, like especially some of the jokier ones that are for later consoles, there is a 3D model of Toriel. It looks really bad. She's basically made out of like spheres, and they just send her like, you know, charging through a bunch of blocks while she's T-posing. It just looks really bad 3D, and that makes it funny. So when we say 3D Toriel, that's what we mean. that specific Toriel. And yeah, she was on the Deltarune anniversary stream. And she came in with her laser eyes. Yeah, she's just extremely bad modeling. That's what makes it funny. And she will zap you with her laser eyes. Yep, Undyne does now have some broken ribs, because she just got kicked in the chest by a giant horror deer. That would probably break some things. Yes, that is the true horror 3D tutorial. So I hope we see that. I hope that is real. Hope it's like entirely different from even like her Dark World outfit. She's just like, why is it wearing that? It's coming after you. Hello, hello, thank you for coming. I hope your day is going better than Undyne's is right now. She's having a time of it. Yeah, her Dark World form. I don't want her to just be wearing her Undertale outfit in a Dark World. Like, give her something cool to do. Toriel's Deltarune form is 3D Toriel. I want her to have a cool new outfit. I don't want it to just be the same thing we've already seen. If she is going to show up, let's have it be new. A sick full suit of armor. Everybody's like, Toriel's the knight? No, my child. I just thought this was practical. Huh, that would be interesting. Blue and orange attacks? Possible. Basically, don't move, keep moving. Depending on the weather. I'm curious to see what La Nino, El Nino. I'm gonna mix them up because the correct one is La Nina and El Nino, but for the character names they were switched. I'm also curious if they're just gonna drive Toriel, if Toriel shows up in that Dark World, they're going to drive her crazy because they're going to be like, we are so in love. We're so in love. We're so in love. They're both trans. There we go. I can't believe we're both trans. I'm a communist. Oh, we're talking about the La Nino and El Nina characters, which I said I was going to confuse me because the proper pronunciation of the proper name for those is El Nino and La Nina, the weather report guys. And they were like, oh, they're trans. They're both trans. Okay, so they are coming up in chapter 3. It's the two characters with little pointer things, and one looks kind of like a fluffy cloud, and the other looks like a moon or a sun or something like that. And we've seen some of the stuff with them when, like, some of their dialogue is like, "Oh, we are so in love." Yeah, they were at the Valentine's Day thing. They were also in the Spamton sweepstakes, and we've seen a little bit of them other places. So they've shown up a couple of times. And I was saying, and they mentioned it could be translated. That'd be really funny because I'm going to get confused because their names are based off of the weather phenomenon El Nino and La Nina, which were supposedly supposed to happen like every decade or so. The weather always sticks together. They're basically weather phenomenon wherein you might get unseasonably high rains, unseasonably dry times or whatever. But those things are El Nino, La Nina. However, the characters are named La Nino and El Nina, so they have a bit of a reversal there. I know I'm going to get those wrong. Because the weather always sticks together. Alright, after I finish Alfie's hair, I'm going to have to take another stretch break. I'm guessing they will be a mini-boss section for us. And further confirming that the stuff we saw on TV will probably show up in the Dark World. We might get a cooking show. We'll probably get Susie Zilla. Like, ah. You're already on 9? Good grief. I'm almost done with this one. Alright. Alpha's running in. Alright, I gotta take my stretch break. And also gotta get some orange juice. Yeah, I already don't remember which one is which. Is La Nina the sunny one and El Nino the cloudy one? Did I get that right? I can't remember. Yeah. Exactly. The names mix the masculine and feminine, so I'm gonna have to double check and see, okay, which one is the sunny one and which one is the cloudy one. Because the cloudy one is the feminine one, and the sunny one is the masculine one. And trying to, it's going to take a little bit to remember which one is which, because there's that mixing there. I imagine I will eventually have to do Eldritch versions of those two, but I want to wait and see what they are like in canon first, before I do any designs for them. Yeah, I remember that from the letter. So it's like, oh, my sunshine, oh, my beautiful rain cloud and stuff like that. But I will have to look up which one is which. But if I'm recalling correctly, I think El Nino is the cloud and La Nina is the sun, but I keep wanting to say it's sunny, but I think he's supposed to be like a moon. But it looks like that Mac Tonight guy from the 90s. I remember that guy. They were trying to sell McDonald's as, like, you know, you can get McDonald's late at night. Go get some late night McDonald's. And they sold this with this Mac Tonight mascot, which was basically just like the suited guy with a giant moon face and sunglasses. And he was like all cool and playing the piano and stuff like that. It's very odd. But that one weather guy, he kind of looks like Mac tonight. Just a bit. But it's like a yellow moon as opposed to a blue moon, because Mac tonight was like a blue moon guy. I want more. Okay, double checking. It's La Nina, you are my sunshine and moonshine, while El Nina is the rain and clouds. Oh, I was correct. Cool. I was correct. So, the masculine ending one is sunshine, and the feminine ending one is rain and clouds. That's still going to get confusing, but so Nino is sunshine, Nina is rain. Let's try and remember that. I'm glad I was able to guess correctly on that one, at least. Yeah, I did like the suggestion that, like, they're going to be super lovey-dovey, and it's just going to kind of drive Toriel a little nuts. Like, that would be funny. Sad, but also kind of funny. She's like, oh boy. Especially if we do get Asgore there. Which, I don't know. Call it instinct. I'm feeling Asgore more than I'm feeling Undyne or Napstablook. I'm feeling it in my giblets. I don't know. Just do all of the Dreamer drama, all the Dreamer drama in one chapter. Well, not all of it, but, like, you know, deal with a lot of it. Honestly, I'd say that's probably what we've gotten the most of so far in Chapter 3 is stuff with La Nina and El Nina. They've shown up the most. Either Toriel having secondhand embarrassment. Oh, either of those jokes would work. Either of those would work. Obviously depends on context, but I could see either of those working. Like, sure, true love will work out, but not for me. Oh, Toriel. Please give us some backstory on what happened with these two. Because right now we can only guess as to why they got divorced. We can only but guess. Okay, I will be right back with one more stretch and orange juice and stuff like that. Healthies, you're still watching from your high perch. Watching from your high up perch. I am returning. Hello, hello, thank you for coming. Sorry, I was doing my stretch. I'm getting my orange juice. And now we're back at it. We're Undyne not doing well. Ugh. Situate myself ideal drawing position. And thanks a bunch for coming. Ear here. I did some special lines again. I'm just keep making that mistake for this one. Hello, hello. Yay, go see Flo. Oh, such a good movie. I love Flo. We can see the kitty. Go see the cute kitty. Be prepared to cry. At least I did. It was such a good movie. I really liked Flo. Good stuff. I'm so glad it won the Oscar. I was not expecting that at all. I'm like, yes, please give this tiny, tiny little team some recognition for their hard work and all that. Almost forgot how old Scar is. Good grief. You're blazing through this stuff much faster when it's not a crowd scene. Breaks. I'm gonna have leftover barbecue later. That's good stuff. Let's go out for a big Pokewalk, because there's a big Pokemon Go thingy today that will require me to go to the mall for it, so I'll have to go to the mall. I'm kind of like, is there anything I have to get at the mall? And I can't remember, so I guess we will just do that at the mall. Pokemon Go to the mall. Exactly. Exactly that. This time, Alphys is providing the comfort. He's like, I don't know how to do this. You're supposed to be the big tough one. I hope Susie gets unbanned from free ham sandwich day soon. Give Susie every ham sandwich. It probably would have been useful. But sadly, no, they don't have... They have a little bit of magic in the light world, but it's not necessarily very well known. Not studied as extensively as it could be. Because it could probably come in handy right now. For a number of different things. Especially when you've got like giant eldritch beasts that can't exactly be stopped very easily by conventional means. This is where magic would be handy. But they don't have that at their disposal easily. And Ben's like, I could have stopped it with a spear if it hadn't kicked me. Alphys is a white mage. That would be interesting. I don't think people would normally put Alphys as a white mage. Alphys, would you be a white mage? Just no, I would be a dragon. I cannot heal your wounds. Not unless you give me bug first. What's going on there? What job class is she usually considered? For like a fantasy stuff? I don't know. I imagine it'd be something along the lines of like whatever is most science based, like an artificer or something. Or I don't know, red mage? I don't know if I know Final Fantasy classes very well. Chemist? Could be. Or maybe something along more anime-ish lines? I don't know. Still be a healer, huh? I don't know, maybe a white mage is not a bad fit. I feel like people usually would put like, I don't know, Toriel into a white mage position. Here, let me heal you, my child. With potions. Honestly, considering Undone got kicked right in the ribs, the fact that she can stand up again is already a testament to her. To her toughness. But that means we have finished off all of the cleans for part 3. Huzzah! Happy about that. Which means I was correct. We can move all the way on to part 4. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of stuff for FF10 too, I imagine. So we're going to be dealing with stuff with Mayor Holiday here. Like, who is that approaching? I actually wonder if we're finally going to see Mayor Holiday in Chapter 4. Probably not 3, but I imagine it's 4. I just think we should be able to see her at some point. If they don't let us see her until like 5 or 6, ugh, that's going to be so frustrating. Like, she'd probably show up for church, right? Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like it. It's obviously, I'm just all speculation because this is built on nothing. We haven't seen her yet. All we can do is guess. But strict blonde lady seems correct. She's very icy, is what Ken has described. If it is otherwise, that would be interesting, but that's what seems correct. Meanwhile, Bird is like, I gotta find some more guys to snack on. More bird treat snacks. Yes, when's my next stretch break? Gotta pay attention to that. Yeah, there are so many different desk designs out there too. Also, all speculation. Although, it might be a long time before we get to see what Death looks like. Someday. I had to recently do Death's design here, too, and that one was just like, okay, here we go. This is just entirely made up, because I can't even begin to speculate based on what we know. This is also a humanization version of her, so... All just total guesses under the wind. There goes Peekaboo. I'll have to see if I eventually do a Eldritchrune version of the Spampton boss battle. I need to think of what I'd want to do for that. What new body horrors are we going to inflict on Chris? Because that's the fun part. Well, he is the bound god of avarice. No, I already did come up with a Spamton Neo boss size, so I have the design. I just don't know how it would play out. No, I'd say I would ignore that. Yeah, half the fun of the boss battles with Chris is just like the body horror for Chris. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, it would have to be pretty dang bad. Spamton definitely scared Chris more in canon than Jebel did, from what we can see. There's plenty of time, because I don't know when the next one is going to happen. The next regular comic that's not ending stuff would be stuff with K-Round and Rules Card, and kind of more of a funny one. Still a little horror stuff, but on the funnier side. I'm like, okay, this is a 15-pager. I know I'm going to still have to, like, do my work, my regular job stuff. Do I want to try and push through this, or should I just work on ending stuff? And I decided, okay, we won't try and push through. We'll just work on ending stuff. But yes, that is supposed to be the next one, is stuff with K-Round, Rules Card, and Lancer. So, a bit more jokey joke. I think yes, some influence, but Spamton obviously like has a bigger influence because Chris is seeing part of themselves in the Spamton. In the, oh no, if I get cut from the player controlling me, what's going to happen to me kind of thing. A very specific personal horror. Enough to freak them out at least a little bit. Yeah. Be interesting to see if other secret bosses have another kind of effect on Chris. Yeah, that's true. Although you do have to talk to Sham at least a little bit to know about Jebel, because you can't unlock him unless you do speak to Sham about him. Chris definitely aware of the player, though. There's no way they aren't. At least definitely in regards to Spamton, it's Chris looking at that and be like, oh no, is this going to be me kind of thing. Oh, it doesn't until after. That's true. So yeah, I guess they don't know much about Jebel going into the battle. They don't learn until afterwards. Well, the thing is, I don't think there's any kind of narrative sense to. Let's realize some of the stuff's covered up by the post. There's any kind of narrative sense to whether or not you do well in the battle, because as far as the characters are concerned, they win the first time. I don't think, like Undertale, they actually remember dying over and over. There's no indication that's the case. Which is interesting. I think a lot of people might be actually kind of be going into because I know I certainly did with Paper Trail when I first wrote it, going into the assumption that the characters remember dying in battle, and if they do so, there's no indication of that so far. Maybe there will be in the future, but not right now. If anybody, I'm guessing maybe Ralse is aware of it, but if he does, he's not saying anything about it. Yeah, I thought it did, at least when I wrote Paper Trail, but now that I'm thinking back on it, I'm like, I don't think there's ever any indication that Chris is aware of multiple deaths. Yeah, if there was any part to do that, well, I guess so. Like there is the if you go to bed, you wake up in the dark world thing, in order to skip all that. But I'm not quite sure how much of that Chris is aware of. It's a good question. Like, if you, the player, chose to skip that and go back to bed, would Chris interpret that as, oh, I did go to school and all that stuff happened, and then we're in the dark world, or would they interpret that as, oh, this is a dream? Those would be pretty different experiences. Alright, have a good lunch. We'll see how much longer I go, because I will also have to get lunch myself, and don't want to push my wrist too bad, because it's still not feeling great. It's not terrible, but it's not as good as I would like. I feel like there's always a bit of a lingering question of how much stuff is Chris aware of that is put in specifically for player comfort. Like, people want to kind of psychoanalyze the fact that they slept through all of class in the second chapter, and I think that's there for our sake. Because we don't want to sit through a whole class day. We want to get to the game. So they sleep through class so that we can play faster. Please run away from the giant one-eyed reindeer coming our way. Yep. Circle right. And get these ding antlers. I'll live to 3. Probably after I finish Noel here, take a quick stretch break, and then see what we can do on our next session. We are tearing through character cleans here, which I always appreciate. Well, it's just looking at her like target acquired. I spy a mare. Oh Lord, she coming, as the kids say. Okay. Already almost done with this page. Good grief. But first, I should stretch. Take care of my wrist and all that. We're doing it. We're doing it. I might be able to make it through quite a few, well, at least 5 pages today, which is nothing to sneeze at for the time I've been doing it. We have this part 4, and part 5, the next one. All Noel and the holidays stuff happening. At least deal with that plot point fairly early on. So much stretching has to happen. Okay. Ooh, boba. That's a good decision. Have delicious, precious resource. And thanks for lurking. Appreciate that too. And I'm kind of tempted to get some boba today too, even though I probably shouldn't because I had some recently. But I'm like, but I could have it again if I wanted. It's the precious resource. And hopefully people get that joke now. Please go see The Day the Earth Blew Up. It is good. I should see more movies in general. Good for film vocabulary and all that. Yummy. I'm always so busy. Busy. Anytime I manage to get pages done in this crazy long ending, I'm like, yeah, I get to fill out my completion chart a little bit more at a time. One bit at a time. This feels so long. Yeah. And wrist's so annoying. What do you think of that? You're still in your hammock. Oh yeah, apologies for I do this frequently, but I do need to take care of my wrist because it is also a precious resource. It's not doing as good as I would like today. It's a little bleh. Sometimes it's hard to tell. I'm like, I wake up in the morning and I'm like, how's my wrist feeling? Sometimes it's hard to tell until you sit down drawing for a while. It's like, oh, it feels like this. All right, be right back for one more stretch and more water and all that. Alrighty, I am returning. We will finish off this page. Ooh. Which Rudy is attempting to save his wife's life. Don't know if that will work. But an attempt will be made. I do hope Rudy survives in canon. I feel like it might be more likely than we think. I don't think he is super duper doomed. There may be a chance. I was just expecting to get part 3 done today. I wasn't quite sure if we would get to this much of part 4, but we're charging through. Oh, you got a little extra skinny there. Oh well. Ruby does look kind of thin. You're like, no, I'll fight it. I'll fight the giant reindeer. I was like, where are you going? Come back, I just want to talk. Please fill in my stupid antlers. Ah! Ignore the raging fires behind me, because I'm an ice deer. I didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning. And all that goodness. Ah, sheesh. Keep drawing in front of the posts. Always a hazard. Okay. Page 1 done. We go on to page 2. It won't find us in here. This one's mostly like, oh boy, big complicated backgrounds. Ain't those the fun? You will surely be safe in here. Bolt the doors, this will work. Oops. In this universe, Noelle does not require a gate key. I laugh at your gate key. also wondering how in chapter 3 we're going to do, like, the layout stuff for visiting the rest of hometown. Because it seems like that's going to be a lengthy sequence, especially if we do end up going to see Noelle's house. Because usually we have it where brief bit in the light world, then most of the dark world, then our walk around is the light world after that. But I'm wondering if we're going to reverse that at all in chapter 4. These kinds of shots are always fun to do, though. Whoop, almost tip that over. Oh. Nothing bad ever happens in a horror movie in the kitchen. Super duper safe there. That'd be the equivalent of chapter 1. And when are we going to do our Castletown visit? I guess it would have to be after we finish chapter 3, because I don't know if we'll have time to do it in the middle of chapter 3. But hopefully before we go to whatever Dark World we're going in chapter 4. Also, I want to see Susie have to deal with going to church. You're like, I have never done this before, what? That'd be another paper trail prediction. Susie at church wins communion. When do we get the free snacks? Where's the sick fruit juice? Give me the sick juice. Will not have chewy Chips Ahoy. I don't think that's how communion works. Please feed this poor girl. She was supposed to get that pie. We didn't even finish that pie. Good grief. Yeah, no, we don't really know how faith works. But then again, would they even have communion? I mean, you would figure so with something like the sick fruit juice. That's usually a communion thing, and it's also mentioned, but communion means something in Christianity. And I'm like, what would that mean in the monster religion? Also, does it have a name besides the monster religion? Is like Angelanity? Please give us a formal name for it. No, haha. I've not seen much Family Guy, at least not for a very long time. Yeah, Susie should have gotten to have some of the pie. Didn't even let her finish, Chris. I definitely I hope we get some more you know, information on how the monster religion works, because when you first see it, you're like, oh, this is kind of like Christianity. At least the aesthetics look the same. And then get hit with this bomb in chapter 2 of like, oh, by the way, no, we don't believe in sin or confession. So I'm like, okay, so it's not Christianity. Okay, so what's going on here? It does at least imply it's monotheistic. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that might have been through cultural osmosis. It seems like possible that maybe there is also, you know, Christianity in this universe, but it's mostly a human religion, and maybe monsters are like, yeah, no, we'll do something else. Which, again, interesting. I want backstory on that. Give me the cultural backstory. Let me read Garrison's book, The History of Humans and Monsters. It's time for me to read it, Chris. Show me the book. Alright, thanks a bunch for coming by. Appreciate you being here. Chris, let me read the books in the library. Yeah, at least in Undertale, Garrison talks about it, but he's kind of taking it more like a curiosity. Like a, oh, this is an interesting cultural thing, isn't it? But there's not, I wouldn't say there's much in the way of religion in Undertale itself. Not any more than, like, you know, your typical RPG of, and then this was important because we've attached some religious symbolism to it. She's right outside your home. Yeah, they're praying for everybody to reach the surface, but they're not necessarily praying to a god. Heck, they're being like, Asgore is going to be the one to save us, which I don't think was very good for him. Or his mental health. But they weren't treating Asgore, well, as I say, he'd become godlike. But they weren't being like, oh yeah, we worship Asgore, Asgore is God. That was not really what was going on. Like, religion is, like, more than just praying and stuff. There's usually a list of, like, tenets and stuff that you stick to. And they didn't really have that in Undertale. Yeah, it's not expressed a certain type of prayer. It's just kind of like, oh, we have to have faith in our leader because he's going to set us free. But that's not necessarily the same thing as, like, a religion or religious devotion. And even then, at least so far, it doesn't seem like... Again, I'm not quite sure what they're doing with the monster religion in Deltarune. They just say, oh, the angel should light your way. What does that mean? What does that imply? What does it mean? as I say, a certain power, like, shines within you. So at the very least, Angel's religion, Angel's Heaven seems to be around this idea of power and light. Yeah. It's like, that's the Delta rune. That's the word we're going to use for it. Yeah, I'm extremely curious to see how it's presented. Because it's set up so that it has this kind of familiar ring of stuff that's familiar to us, the player, but it's like, oh no, this is a little different. Okay. I think we're almost done with this page. We got a little something shaking up here. Well, I didn't put her things there. I'm not sure if I'll be able to finish this page, but we can get pretty far into it. Yeah. Hello, thank you for coming. I'm not sure how much longer we're going to go because I'm running out of pages I have prepared, and wrist is a little bleh. We'll make a little bit of progress into this page. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a complicated thing about that, because at least definitely to me, I'm like, okay, this is definitely reading as, like, you know, Protestantism, because even when Toby was describing, like, oh yeah, you know, I used to just plan little, like, video game levels on the back of bulletins in church, and I'm like, oh, I did stuff like that. So, like, a lot of what's been described so far rings familiar to me in terms of, like, you know, yeah, Protestant Christianity kind of thing. But at the same time, yeah, he's very low on world building when it's not necessary. That is not his priority. And I'm not sure how much we're going to get from, you know, general monster culture and religion outside of what is needed for the story. I think our stuff's going to break off a little bit here. Hopefully I can cheat that in right there. That is what headcanons are for. But it's nice to, you know, have a little something to work off of. I would just like more info so that I can build more on it. But yeah, he's not super big on, like, a lot of world building. Not his priority. And again, that is fine. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure out which part of her antlers breaks off when she does this. Because these things are ice, and I don't think they're gonna stay on very well. Maybe up through here. Well, I'm gonna have to remember which part of her antlers is broken. They'll grow back, it'll just take a while. Oh man, I just realized. I'm wondering if this the fact that her antlers are broken is going to affect something that happens in the future, in the ending. And I'm not certain if it would or not. Might be interesting if it did. I'm afraid I can't say what it is without major spoilers, but I'm suddenly thinking of it, like, huh. I wonder if I should do something with that. I feel like if we're going to get any information on monster religion, monster culture, it'll probably be chapter 4 or so. Seems like a good place for it. I gotta break your roof. Oh, on the wrong lines again. Oh well, I can switch these around. Not hard. Not difficult. Gotta tippity-tappity away at this. Now the roof's caving in. And I know there's probably a lot of world building things we will never get clear answers for, especially like timeline stuff. But I at least want definitive answers. One, on what the monster religion is like and how, that works for monsters in Deltarune. Two, biologically, how are monsters different from humans? Like, do they have magic in any way? Right now I'm leaning towards no, but I want that confirmed one way or another. And if there's any difference between monster and human souls, which right now looks like there's not. Based on what we know so far. But I just want some information on that. Please, just a little bit. Whatever necessary for the story. How many panels do I have left after these? A few of them. We'll see how far I get, because I do need to take care of my wrist. You weren't off safe in the kitchen. The raptors figured out how to open the doors. Excuse me. Twitch, no, I want to hear the rest. Tell me more. Get magic. I don't think that's gonna go that direction. No, I actually do not think that's the case. I do not believe that is the situation. That is a little too, nope. No, thank you. None for me, thanks. Potato. Potatoes are good. True. I'm gonna have some fries for lunch along with the rest of my barbecue. I think it has always been that monsters are just a different kind of people like humans. And they've just kind of always existed together. See what I can do here, because I'm probably getting kind of close to stopping point, both for the sake of running out of page to do and also my wrist. I kind of want to finish this page, but I'm afraid to push it too far. Don't know what to do, so I guess I'll just keep going. Welcome back. We are probably not gonna go too much longer. At the most, we'll finish this page and then call it. But I'm gonna see how far we can do with that. Ooh, nap or shower? I'm not much of a nap person myself. I don't really like naps. I do like showers though, but it's up to you. Unfortunately, right now, Mayor Holiday is getting a lumber shower. Debris shower. Your own home wreckage shower. Hello, hello, thank you for coming. Oh man, people are showing up right when I'm close to finishing. No! We'll see if I can finish this page. This is not how she goes out. She goes out much more painfully. It is not a good time for Mayor Holiday. I had to kind of make sure I amped up that, like, even at the end, she's like not a good person. To be like, okay, you're ready for a really, really bad death for her? Because, here, I'll try and make it worthwhile. That'd be too easy. She probably... I'm thinking she probably gets the most gruesome death. out of anybody in the cast. Depending on what bothers you the most, but I'd say I'm gonna guess it's her. So I tried to make her on the unsympathetic end of the scale. No! Protect the lesbians! Well, they were alive last we saw them. Undyne was not in good shape, but, you know, she's on her feet. Just barely. Well, I guess the knight has, yeah, Ice Iron Maiden for Carol. No. Not that. Yeah, I don't think the doctor is doing very well either. Nobody's in good shape. Everybody was harmed in the making of this video. Yeah. Well, I don't think I've shown any on-screen deaths yet. Again, here they are. They're alive. They're alive. They ain't dead yet. I actually don't think I've drawn my on-screen deaths on stream yet. They happened off stream. We had a couple. Those were on some previous pages. Turns on iron. Wait, why do we need to turn it on? I don't think that's how Iron Maidens work. Also, they pretty much were probably fake. I don't think they killed anybody in Iron Maiden. They made those up. No spoilers. If you want to see Alvin getting killed, I can pull up that page. But otherwise... Oh. Yeah, the music's one. That makes sense. I forgot about the music group. Save that for Tumblr post? Okay. No Alvin death reveal. People being too mean to Alvin in general, though, so I feel a little bad about it, but he was in the cult, so at least in this AU. Alright, we'll just finish off this page. We're not that far off from it. Just a few more panels. And I definitely need to stop and stretch, because I'm going a little over my break time. We just have a few panels left, and then we'll be done. And 6 pages today is nothing to sneeze at. I'm definitely excited also for when we get to the Dreamers what goes on with them. I think those are the next ones I have. Those next parts I have to do layouts and text and roughs for. So I've seen some people being like, yeah, kill the dream, but some people be like, no, don't kill them. It's been a mixed bag. Sad thing is he's not even divorced in this universe, and yet he's still worse off. Maybe they should have gotten divorced. It would have saved them. Take the divorce when you can. Morally gray, how you split the fandom so. He divorces him. That was his real eldritch power. The power of divorce. Why does this bouncy little pumpkin have that power? Why has he not mentioned it until now? Eldritch divorced. I mean, I can't explain it, but I think we're divorced now. Just having divorced parents. Yeah, Lancer will come, but he's just not really participating because he's just a little guy. He's just a little guy. Asgore crying sprite. No. Not pissing. I feel the fact that they label it that way is funny. No, he's not peeing. He's watering the flowers. Not doing it. Why are you slightly angry? It's nice to have one oddball out. Have a little bit of funny. If it's all darkness all the time, it gets kind of tiresome. So you gotta have a tiny little bit of funny. And with all the other horror. Same reason why you need a little bit of horror when you have a lot of funny. It's like a balanced diet. I don't know if the Light World is all that funny myself. It's not horror, but it's still serious. I guess unless you count the annoying dog shenanigans. Those are also kind of funny. Look, I already did it. I already forgot which part of her antlers are broken. Didn't even last 5 minutes. Okay. We're gonna do it this way. That part is broken. That side. I better be able to remember this. Please don't let me forget. Yeah, as soon as we finish this panel, we'll be done for the day. Because, yeah, my wrist is like, please, I need a break. I'll give you a break in just a second. Breaks will be had. Yeah, I'm so gonna forget her stupid antlers. And you'd be like, why are her antlers broken in one panel and whole in the other? I'm like, because I'm stupid. That's the reason. Continuity hard. Okay, you know what kind of break I mean. You know what I'm talking about. Piece of that Kit Kat bar. Ding dong, let me in. I guess I'll save the rest of the cleans for this part for a later stream so you can see what happens there. That is true. They did appreciate a chocolate. A very good normal food. Normally they're eating like who the heck knows what. I certainly don't. Come on, I get you. Okay. Yeah, that means we're gonna finish 6 pages today. I was expecting we'd only get through 5. Alrighty. See how she looks without it. Yeah, she looks a little funky with part of her antlers missing. But she did just break the roof with them. Hence why they're broken. Okay. Yay! 6 whole pages cleaned up. Alright, yeah, I gotta take care of my wrist. Because it is being like, meh. I will do so. And mostly I'm glad to finish off all the stuff for part 3. We got a little bit into part 4. Actually, about a third of the way through part 4, because I think part 4 is also 9 pages long. So, pretty good progress. Ugh, I will do my stretches. But yeah. Oh, good progress. Bad times for humans in hometown. But that's the fun of it. And we slowly get closer to new chapters. Whew. I need to get some leftover lunch, some barbecue, and Alfie's is staring at me from her hammock, being like, hello, I'm on my dragon hammock. Plenty left to do. Also got to work on Anthrofractal today, actually. But yeah, ugh, as I go ahead and stretch here, thank you guys so much for coming to the stream. What she probably wants is a bug. She probably wants a cricket to eat, which we'll give that to her later. Thank you guys so much for coming to the art stream today. Well, with luck, maybe we'll do another one next week. See how my wrist is, see how things go. And if I do one next week, it'll probably be more cleans for this part. I've got plenty of them lined up. Yes, you all have a great weekend, and if you celebrate it, I hope you have a good Easter. Get some chocolates. All that stuff. I should get some chocolates, honestly. Get me a bunny. All that stuff. Yes, I will finish my stretches. All that. Thank you so much again for coming. I always appreciate you guys being here. It's always fun to talk while I do art. And yeah, be more Okami next weekend. And until then, I will see you all next time.
Alrighty, I will see you later.